How much is too much? You can only do one thing at a time. Students are often overwhelmed and overscheduled by the schoolwork and teenage responsibilities that are forced upon them. There are students taking home hours of homework each night while having to work a 5-hour shift after school. There are kids taking home hours of homework each night while still attending a 3-hour-long practice or more. This enormous amount of extracurricular participation comes at a cost. In a survey conducted at McHenry East High School, 50% of the 88 participants said they were overscheduled. Although extracurricular activities are important for independent growth, too many obligations cause a lack of sleep, very little free time, and induce stress and anxiety in teenagers' daily lives. Will and Nate Poles, two teenage brothers who go to McHenry East Campus High School, are both in extracurricular activities. Will Poles, a 17-year-old junior, is a cross-country runner and a baseball player, along with playing the trombone in the school band. Nate Poles, a 15-year-old sophomore, is a cross-country and track runner. While both are involved in extracurriculars in and out of school, their view on these activities vary greatly.
I believe that you are an overscheduled teen. No, I'm a person of, you choose what you want to choose, and you should take an account of how much workload you're putting on yourself and stress, and you should be prepared before you choose.
I would say I'm an overscheduled teen. I used to be a 3-sport athlete. Now I'm just 2 plus band. So that's a lot to handle for one person, I feel like.
Will still, when he was younger to now, has treaded the same type of path. His type of extracurriculars are more team-built and more competitive. Nate's a talker. When Nate gets stressed out about extracurricular pressures that occur with also pressures of school, in addition to pressures at home, such as chores and expectations that I have as his mother, Nate talks. So he will come to me or he'll text me in the day and say, do you have time later to talk, because I'm anxious and I need to talk things out. Will, when he feels the pressures of academics and especially sports, tends to withdraw. He doesn't come forward and talk about those things. He tends to more isolate, and then we can kind of see that the stress is affecting him.
When you look around your classes, you often see peers falling asleep. This is because, on average, teenagers get about 2 hours less sleep than the recommended amount. It is suggested that teens get 9 to 9.5 hours or more sleep each night. However, generally, teenagers get about 7 to 7.5 hours a night. In the McHenry East Campus survey, 67% out of the 88 students who took the survey said they thought they got 7 to 7.5 hours of sleep or less more than 3 times a week. Okay, do you believe many teenagers get the appropriate amount of sleep?
No. No, I do not.
Many may argue that sleep varies individual to individual. However, the lack of sleep for anyone has negative effects. This change in sleep causes hindered focus, lower academic success, makes learning more difficult, increased weight, and causes changes in behavioral tendencies. Sleep is detrimental to a teenager's mental and physical health, and with the appropriate amount of sleep, increase their academic abilities. An overload of activities can not only decrease the amount of sleep one gets, but it can also increase stress and anxiety. In the article, 5 Reasons Why Free Time is a Good Thing, quote, over the last several years, there has been an increase in anxiety-related disorders due to the stressors involved with overscheduling. What do you believe are the top reasons students become stressed?
So things that I hear often are work-life balance or school-life balance, school-work-life balance, knowing how much time you're spending to do things that you enjoy doing, things that are necessary for school, and then maybe some outside responsibilities as well.
Out of the 88 students at McHenry East Campus that were surveyed, 67 of them said that they often felt stressed and anxious about their schoolwork due to lack of time. This is compared to the 20% that said they somewhat felt anxious and stressed, and 13% that said they didn't feel that at all. Opponents may mention that roles in extracurricular activities bring confidence to the individual. However, these roles, especially those of leadership, make students overwhelmed and are mentally draining to keep up with. Students are thrown projects, essay prompts, and more generally, homework left and right, and with all their extracurriculars, they find themselves having little to no free time. Free time is important for teenagers because it is a chance for them to de-stress, get creative, and overall, just a chance to breathe. One may say that it's a student's choice to take on so much, but in the Chicago Tribune, they tell us that many schools stress the advanced courses a student takes, standardized tests, and multiple extracurricular involvement, burdening one's opportunity for free time. In numerous occasions, you can hear staff within the school encouraging not only good SAT scores, but also the involvement in outside activities solely for the fact that it gives you credentials when applying to colleges. Being a teenager should be a fun and exciting time. It's a time to be exploring new interests and making new friends, but being overscheduled can put these experiences on hold. Teenagers should not be pressured to participate in too much, because too much isn't always a good thing. The overscheduling of teenagers in this regard has caused many problems that they should not be facing at such a young, vulnerable age. The balance of freedom, sleep, and stress are far too common and far too complex for a teenager to face all at once. However, all these problems are fixable. Society must take action in preserving our teenagers' all-around health and well-being. Teachers and parents need to monitor a teenager's daily life balances, but most importantly,
you can only do one thing at a time.